You've probably been there. Your fuel light comes on, the range hits 0, you start sweating, wondering if you'll make it to the next gas station. Car makers say you have 30, maybe 50 miles left. But is that true? Today, we're going to find out. For real. We're taking this 2023 Kia Sportage, which has been screaming at me with its low fuel warning for the last 20 miles, and driving it until it literally stops. No backup gas cans, no safety nets, just pure, unfiltered automotive science. Why? Because we all want to know the real limit. Are car companies just being overly cautious? Or are we really seconds away from being stranded when that light comes on? Knowing your car's true reserve could be crucial in an emergency. So let's see what happens when you ignore every single warning. Alright, here we go. The dash says 0 miles to empty. Trip meter shows I've already driven 23 miles since the low fuel light first popped up. The car is beeping at me constantly, but honestly, it drives perfectly fine. No sputtering, no loss of power, nothing. It feels like the car is totally bluffing. We're on a nice, flat, empty road, perfect for this experiment. I'm keeping a steady speed around 55 miles per hour to maximize our fuel economy. Let's see how far this empty tank can really take us. We just passed mile 27 on fumes. I'll admit my nerves are starting to kick in. The constant warning chimes are getting a little more aggressive. Like the car is personally offended by what I'm doing. But everything else is normal. Temperature is good, oil pressure is fine, the engine sounds as smooth as ever. We're now at 30 miles past empty, and this Kia is still going like a champ. I've turned off the AC and the radio to save every last drop of fuel. I'm just focused on being as gentle as possible with the throttle. It's crazy to think we've come this far on what the car considers a completely empty tank. Okay, something just happened.
A mile 33?
I felt a tiny split-second hesitation from the engine. It was so fast I almost thought I imagined it, but my heart definitely skipped a beat. This could be the beginning of the end. The fuel pump is probably starting to suck in pockets of air. Now at mile 35, there it is again. Another little hiccup. The RPMs dipped and then bounced right back. It's like the car has given me its final warnings. Seriously, dude, I've done my best, but you're on your own now. I can see a gas station on my GPS about 8 miles away. The temptation to just give up and coast in is real, but we've come this far. You have to see this through. The situation is getting intense. At mile 38, the hesitations are no longer small stutters. They're happening every minute or so, and you can feel the engine struggling to catch itself. My hands are getting sweaty on the wheel, and I've got my hazard lights on just in case. Now we're at mile 40, and it just got legitimately scary. The engine hesitated for a full 2 seconds, lurching the whole car. I'm barely touching the gas pedal now, just trying to maintain momentum. I feel like I'm trying to keep a dying campfire alive with just my breath. Other drivers are passing me, and I can see them staring, probably wondering what is wrong with my brand new car. We're officially limping. At mile 42, the engine is cutting in and out constantly. It'll run for 10 seconds, sputter, catch itself, run for another 5, and sputter again. I've had to slow down to about 35 miles per hour because it feels like it could die at any second. And then, at mile 44, it did. The engine just cut out completely. Total shutdown. No power steering, no power brakes, nothing. The dashboard lit up like a Christmas tree with every warning light imaginable. Luckily, I was on a slight downhill, so I managed to coast for about another half a mile before rolling to a dead stop on the shoulder. Final result, 44.5 miles. That's how far this Kia Sportage went after the dashboard said 0 miles to empty. Nearly 45 miles on what the car insisted was a completely dry tank. That's incredible. But here's the most interesting part. After getting a splash of gas and making it to the station, I filled the tank completely. The Sportage has a 17.2-gallon tank, but it only took 15.8 gallons to fill it up. That means there were still 1.4 gallons of fuel left in the tank that the car system refused to use. That's a built-in safety buffer to protect the fuel pump from running dry and getting damaged. So that 1 point per gallon reserve should theoretically give you about 35 miles of driving. Add in the extra miles I drove while the gauge was dropping to 0, and it all adds up to that 44.5-mile figure. So what's the big takeaway? Yes, there's a secret reserve tank, and you probably have more range than you think. But, And this is a huge but. I was driving under perfect, ideal conditions. No traffic, no hills, no AC, just smooth, steady driving.
Ow.
In the real world, you should probably expect closer to 30 or 35 miles at best. And the most critical lesson is how quickly things go from bad to worse. I went from driving normally to being completely stranded in the span of about 6 miles. Once your engine starts sputtering, you don't have miles left, you have minutes. So while it's cool to know the absolute limit, don't push your luck. When that light comes on, just find a gas station. Thanks for watching, and if you found this useful, hit that subscribe button for more crazy car experiments.